your English podcast.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to this special episode of our podcast. Today, we will talk about a very common problem for English learners. Many people can understand English well. They can listen to movies, read books, or follow podcasts, but they find it hard to speak English. This gap between listening and speaking can feel frustrating. But don't worry. You are not alone, and this is a problem that many people face and can overcome. I want to start our talk by sharing the story of a young woman named Sarah. Sarah is a student who loves English. She watches movies without subtitles and reads books in English. She understands many words and sentences. But when it comes to speaking, Sarah feels afraid. She is worried about making mistakes or sounding wrong. Sometimes she freezes and does not know what to say. This fear stops her from talking to others in English. Sarah's story is very common. Many learners know a lot of words and grammar, but feel nervous when speaking. Understanding English and speaking English are different skills. Listening and reading are passive skills. You receive information. Speaking is an active skill. You need to produce the language yourself. This difference sometimes makes speaking much harder. Why is this? First, speaking needs practice. If you only listen or read, your brain gets used to English, but your mouth and brain are not trained to make sounds, form sentences quickly, or react to questions. You need to connect your knowledge with action. Without practice, speaking feels slow and difficult. Second, fear plays a big role. Many learners want to speak perfectly. They imagine they must say every word correctly, use perfect grammar, and have a good accent. This desire for perfect speaking can stop people from trying at all. When you are afraid of mistakes, it is harder to speak. Third, low confidence and fear of other people's opinions can block speaking. You may worry about being judged or laughed at. This fear can make you silent even if you understand everything well. Fourth, speaking fluently is a skill that requires speed and comfort. When you understand English, you have time to think and rewind if you listen again. But during speaking, you have less time to choose words and correct mistakes. You must respond quickly. This can feel stressful. Fifth, limited active vocabulary can be a problem. You might know many words when reading or listening, but forget them when speaking because you are not used to using them. You need to train your active vocabulary, words you use in speech, not only passive vocabulary, words you understand. Now, how can you solve this problem? How do you start to speak English better, even if you understand a lot already? First and most important, practice speaking regularly. Speaking connects what you know with communication. The more you speak, the more your brain and mouth learn to work together. Practice is the key to becoming confident and fluent. Try to practice speaking every day, even if only for a few minutes. You can speak alone if no one is nearby. Talk about your day, describe what you see, or practice common phrases. Speaking alone is good to build your muscle memory, training your mouth to say words correctly and your brain to form sentences quickly. If you can, find a language partner, friend, teacher, or join a speaking group. Speaking to real people gives you conversation practice, helps you learn new words, and improves your listening skills at the same time. It is also important to get used to making mistakes. Nobody speaks perfectly, not even native English speakers. Mistakes are normal and a natural part of learning. When you speak, give yourself permission to make mistakes. Speak freely. The main goal is to communicate ideas, not to be perfect. Start with small and simple tasks. You can prepare short sentences about yourself, your hobbies, or your family. When you practice simple things, you feel less pressure. step by step, increase difficulty. Another helpful idea is to use positive self-talk. Tell yourself, it is okay to make mistakes. Every time I speak, I get better. Encourage yourself and do not be too hard. Building confidence takes time. One more important tip is to practice speaking in safe places, like with friends, family, or in language groups where people understand you are learning. These places are great for improving without fear. Try also to prepare for conversations. Think about what you want to say before talking. This helps your brain organize ideas and reduces stress during speaking. Make a schedule for your speaking practice. For example, choose a time each day to practice speaking. Even 5 to 10 minutes is good. Consistency is more important than long sessions. Remember your goal. Why do you want to speak English? Maybe you want to travel, work, make friends, or watch English movies without subtitles. When you remember your reason, it gives you motivation to keep going. In the next part, we will talk about practical ways to improve speaking skills, how to repeat after native speakers, use shadowing, learn phrases, and record your voice. We will also discuss the importance of thinking in English and how to find language partners or clubs. These techniques will help you improve your speaking step by step. Please take a moment to think about what you heard. You understand that speaking well takes time and regular practice. Mistakes are normal, and every small step brings you closer to your goal. Welcome back, my friends. Thank you for joining me for the second part of this podcast about how to speak English better, even when you already understand a lot. Let's talk about practical steps and useful advice to help you start speaking with more confidence. First, let's discuss speaking practice every day. Try to talk in English for a few minutes each day. Even if you are alone, describe what you see in your house. Talk about your plans, or say what you like and do not like. This is good practice for your mouth and brain. Do not wait for a perfect moment. Every little practice helps. Repeating after native speakers is a smart technique. It is called shadowing. Listen to a short sentence in a podcast, video, or audio and say it at the same time or just after the speaker. Pay attention to how the words sound, the rhythm, and the way the speaker moves from word to word. Try to copy their pronunciation and intonation. Shadowing helps make your speech more natural and smooth.
Another good idea is to learn phrases, not just single words. In everyday life, people use common expressions and phrases, such as, "How are you doing?" "What do you think?" or "I'm not sure about that." Memorizing phrases helps you speak faster because you don't need to make every sentence from nothing. You just use ready expressions, just like native speakers do. When you learn a new word or phrase, use it as soon as you can. Make short sentences, write them down, or say them out loud. Repeating and using words in context makes them part of your active vocabulary, the words you can use when you speak. Record your own voice. This can feel strange at first, but it is one of the best ways to improve your speaking. Use your phone or computer to record yourself reading a short text, telling a story, or having a pretend conversation. Then listen to your recording. Does your voice sound like what you hear in English podcasts or videos? What words are hard for you? Which sentences are easy? You will notice things you can improve, and you will see your progress over time. Thinking in English is very important. Many learners translate from their native language, but this takes time and breaks your flow when speaking. Try to think simple things in English during your day. For example, when you see a bus, think, "This is a red bus." If you are shopping, read your shopping list in English. This builds your ability to speak faster and without pausing. Find a speaking partner or join a language club. If you have someone to talk to, you will be more motivated and can practice real conversations. You can find partners at school, at work, or online in language exchange groups. There are also many apps and websites that help people find each other for language practice. Practice speaking in front of the mirror. This can help you become less shy. Look at your face, practice smiling, and speak English with confidence. Pretend you are introducing yourself, sharing your opinion, or telling a friend about your day. Do not be afraid of speaking slowly. Many people think fluency is about speed, but what matters is being clear. If you speak slowly, you have more time to think, and your listener can understand you better. Fast speech comes later with more practice. Use technology to help your learning. Many apps have daily speaking challenges or let you record and check your pronunciation. Some apps connect you with teachers or other learners. Choose one that feels comfortable and fun for you. Try not to translate every time you want to say something new. Instead, learn the meaning and use of phrases and expressions directly in English. For example, if you learn, "How's it going?" you know people use it to say hello, not just by translating each word. Join a club, take a class, or take part in online conversations. The more you use your English, the easier it becomes. Groups often have friendly, supportive people who also want to improve. Be patient and kind to yourself. Progress can be slow sometimes, but with daily efforts and a positive mindset, you will see big changes over time. Every small conversation, every try, brings you closer to your goal.
Welcome back again, dear listeners. Thank you for listening and being ready for more tips and motivation. Now, let's talk about why listening is so important if you want to speak English better, and how the two skills help each other. Listening a lot helps you get used to the sound and music of English. When you listen, your brain learns the way words go together, how sentences are built, and what sounds are common. You also notice how people use different voices, accents, and expressions. Listening often will help your ears catch words more quickly, and it will be easier for you to find the right words when you speak. Try to listen to different people speaking English. You can listen to podcasts for learners, watch movies, listen to songs, or follow YouTube channels. Some speakers are slow and clear, and others are fast, but practicing both is important. The more you listen, the more you understand real English, with all its accents and styles. If you only listen to one type of English, you might have trouble when you hear a new accent or a fast speaker. So try to change things. Listen to older and younger people, men and women, speakers from different countries. That will help your ear and build your confidence for real conversations. Many experts say that listening is the input that helps you with the output of speaking. This means the more you listen, the more comfortable your mouth and brain become with English. You will start to use words and phrases you heard somewhere before, sometimes even without thinking. Active listening is very useful. This is when you really pay attention to what you hear. Pause the video or audio and repeat what the person says. Try to answer questions or finish the sentence before the speaker does. You can write down phrases you like
and try to use them in your own speaking later. Don't worry if you don't understand everything you hear. It's normal at first. Just keep listening. Over time, you will catch more and more words, and you will feel less afraid to join conversations. If you watch videos or movies, use subtitles at the beginning, but try to listen sometimes without them too. This will train your listening even better. Now, let's talk about motivation, because staying motivated is very important. Sometimes you will have days when speaking feels too hard or you feel tired. Remember why you started learning English. Think about your dream. Maybe you want to travel, study, work in another country, or make new friends. Every small step counts. Set small, clear goals for yourself. For example, today I will say hello to 2 people in English. Or, this week, I will tell a short story in English. When you reach your goal, reward yourself. Even something simple, like a nice snack or a happy message to yourself. Find people who support and motivate you. This might be a friend who is also learning English, a teacher, or a group online. Sharing your progress and your problems with others helps you feel less alone. Remember that everyone has difficult days, but if you keep going, you will become better. If you feel things are not moving, look back. Last month, maybe you could not make a simple sentence, but now you can say much more.
Practice patience and kindness to yourself. It's normal to forget words, make mistakes, or feel nervous. Just keep practicing. Thank you for staying with me for the final part of this talk. Let's end with some extra encouragement and simple practice ideas that you can use every day to help your speaking get better. First, always remember, every single effort counts. Speaking one sentence in English is already practice. Saying hello to someone, asking for directions, or even reading a sentence out loud to yourself, all of these are victories. If you repeat these small actions day after day, you will become more confident and fluent. Set very small, easy goals for your speaking. For example, every morning, say 3 sentences about your plans for the day. In the evening, say 2 things that happened during the day. Use any new word you learn in a sentence right away. This helps you remember it and makes it easier to use when you speak to someone. Talk to yourself in English whenever you can. You don't need an audience to practice. Describe what you are doing. I am making tea now. The water is very hot. I am pouring it into the cup. When you do this, you practice connecting your thoughts and words. Try recording yourself once a week. Listen to your past recordings after 1 month. You will hear how much you have grown, and it will make you proud. If something is difficult to say, practice it a few more times until it feels comfortable. Be kind to yourself. If one day you do not practice, it is okay. Every day is a chance to start again. Progress is not a straight line. Some days are better, and some are hard. Just keep moving forward, one step at a time. Join online communities or speaking clubs if you can. Many people all over the world want to practice English, and you can help each other. If you feel nervous, start with writing messages before you speak. Accept that mistakes are your friends. If you say something wrong and someone corrects you, say thank you. It means they want you to get better. Try to remember the correction and use it next time. Find ways to make learning fun.
Watch cartoons or funny videos in English, sing songs, learn jokes or tongue twisters, play vocabulary games, or draw pictures and describe them out loud. Fun makes your brain relax and you remember words faster. Every week, look at what you have learned and celebrate it. Maybe you can now order food in English, greet your neighbor, or tell a small story. These steps are proof that you are getting closer to your dream. When you feel discouraged, imagine your future self, someone who can speak English with no fear, travel easily, meet new friends, or work in a dream job. This person is you, after many small, brave steps. Let's finish together with a big encouragement. You can speak English. You are not alone. Many people have the same problem, but with daily practice, patience, and courage, you will succeed. Each time you speak, you get a little better. Never give up. Believe in yourself. Thank you for listening. Good luck, and remember, every time you open your mouth and try, you are already a winner on your way to speaking English well. Keep going. Stay positive and enjoy your journey.